are various types of staff augmentation. Let's discuss them briefly. There are various types of staff augmentation. Let's discuss them briefly. The staff augmentation models come in three types based on the level of skills required by a company. So let's take a look at each of them. First, commodity. This applies when a company requires a reliable external workforce to perform a one-off project but does not need a specific skill set. Some examples of commodity staff are factory or warehouse workers for basic tasks, manual labor, retail agents, and event coordinators. Second, skill-based staff augmentation. This is done when a company needs specific skills that are not critical or highly specialized. These skills include spreadsheet use, encoding, and transcribing, to name a few. Critical work, basic copywriting, and data processing are just some examples that fall under this category. Third, highly skilled. This category requires a special set of expertise and intensive training. Workers from this category have more experience and possess skills that are very hard to find elsewhere. This includes software engineer, data analyst, cloud security, and information architecture, among others. Moving further, let's compare staff augmentation and other models. It is not uncommon for the staffing industry to come up with new terminologies to keep up with the changing employment landscape. These new terms may not be boxed in a single definition and be open to a new meaning as trends evolve. Oftentimes, staffing models have a tendency to become muddled and overlap with each other. Even experts and industry practitioners sometimes disagree on how to define and differentiate one term from another. If you are a client deciding on which vendor to tap, it is important to know the difference of staff augmentation from other models so you can align your expectations and business objectives. The first one is against managed services. Staff augmentation is often interpreted as the same with managed service due to their shared features, but there is actually a major difference between these two models. While staff augmentation lets the company determine what to do and how to do it, managed services commit to deliver a specific outcome at an agreed price, regardless of the manner and the process by which that outcome is achieved. Managed services often have full control of the project management and execution, while staff augmentation lets the company client maintain project autonomy. In terms of payment, the augmented staff is paid based on hours worked, while managed services workers are billed on a retainer, making them more suitable for longer-term projects. The second one is against project outsourcing. Another model that tends to share a gray area with staff augmentation is project outsourcing, also called outtasking. Project outsourcing enables a company to work on a project using the resources of another firm. Just like staff augmentation, this model helps improve scalability and avoids legal risks. However, it is more cost-efficient when it comes to training and management overhead expenses. And unlike the augmented model, project outsourcing gives the company less control over the project and is more vulnerable to internal resistance. The third is against dedicated team models. Having a dedicated team has similarities with outsourcing projects. With this model, a company is partnering with a remote team and handing over the entire project to the team members. In IT, a dedicated team model is much wider than staff augmentation, as it includes other areas of software services such as UI/UX design, project management, designs, and analysis. This approach is much more in-depth which means the client has higher performance expectations. In terms of the cost, a dedicated team vendor handles office space costs, software licenses, employees' benefits, and training expenses, among others.